Okay, hello and welcome to episode 6. So, last episode we ended up building our ship to make it look a little bit better. We weren't able to finish the wing, unfortunately. We did run out of materials, so today's main goal is just to get those materials. That being said, a few things I forgot to do last episode. One was I forgot to re-add the detector. So you know where we put that steel block, we're now going to just put the detector. That'll be fine in there, and then we're just going to place the wall back there. So that's now in the ship. So we did forget to do that last episode. That's not an issue. Okay, and the other thing we'll do now is we need to obviously mine a whole load of resource to basically expand the ship further, make it a lot better, and also carry on progressing through the game. Now to do that, we could just use our survival tool, okay, which is this here. We just go into resource mode, but it's a little bit slow. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to buy the drill, and the drill is so much faster at mining. So you come into tools, and then you can see this drill here, and you have to be level 7, but fortunately we're now level 8 because we've killed lots of people. So we unlock the drill for 10 points, which is so worth doing. And then we can come into our constructor and we can build it. So I don't think we'll have the right resources just yet, but we can at least look. The drill, no. So we're just missing a few different components, which won't be too difficult to find. So I'm just going to get this drill built, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we got the drill made, and we're now just going to find some resources to use it on. Let's see what the closest resource is. This one. Okay, we'll just go there now. It's 400 meters away, won't take long. See, the ship's a little bit slow at the moment, unfortunately. It's just, as I say, it's a little bit heavy for the thrusters we're using, but we'll fix that very quickly. So this is iron. Again, we just need to get just below 30 meters. It's probably about here. Perfect. Okay, so I'll show you the difference between these two things. So if we look at the survival tool, okay, in fact we'll use the drone, and we'll look for the iron deposit. It's going to be somewhere around here. This will be good enough. So if we go to the survival tool, we go into resource mode, and you see how long this takes to drill out the stone. It does take some time. But now if we go to the drill and we reload it, so this takes the drill charge that we bought all the way back in episode 1, and you can see how much quicker this is now. So it's just completely different. It's so much quicker, and it's going to be so much quicker to mine the ore. Now the important thing as well is so there we are. We're just going to come a little bit closer. So we'll do that very quickly. So the hole is somewhere around here, I think. This will do. Yeah. So just going to come a little bit closer, and that's just so our drone doesn't run out of range. We need to find roughly where that iron is. So I don't think it's exactly where I had it first time. I think it's maybe here instead. So, but again, now with the drill, it's just so quick. Okay, there we go. So you can see how quick this is to mine now. It's just a whole. We've already got 58 iron ore. It's so quick. But what we'll find though is now it's so quick, it's going to take me seconds to fill up my inventory. So there you go. Look, inventory full. So how quick was that? It's just immediately full when some of the excess is already out here. So obviously normally you just, you'd then take your inventory and you'd put it into the ship. Okay, and we've got 2,250 inventory in the ship because we used all those container extensions, as opposed to just the 500 that we have in our inventory or the 250 we have on the hover vehicle. So it's a massive inventory to use, and what we can do is we can link to that inventory. As we showed, so we link to it. Now all the mining things that we mine will now actually go into this inventory, okay, which again gives us an almost unlimited, well, not unlimited inventory, but it will be unlimited soon when we build the ship big enough. So now we can just continuously mine all of this iron out. Okay, again, it doesn't take long at all now with this new drill. It's actually very pleasing. It's nice and efficient, but you can see rather than it now going in my inventory, okay, it goes inside the ship inventory. And it's using the ship storage instead. So I can do this a lot more. It's a lot more efficient. Again, eventually we'll have 10,000 storage on the ship, maybe more. and then on the capital vessel we'll have hundreds of thousands worth of units of storage. So it's going to be so quick to do. And you can see how quickly we're just cleaning out this iron deposit. We're going to have so much resources soon, we'll be able to build exactly what we want. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out this iron pit completely, take it back to my base, and then do the same for copper and silicon. So we end up having absolutely tons of resources, and there's obviously then we can just build exactly what we need for our ship, improve it, get the thrusters built, and then we'll probably go back and we'll probably kill some more Zyrax. So you can join me once I've got all the resources. See you in a bit. Okay guys, so there's one thing that I didn't think of, which I was mentioning about my ship didn't have quite the best thrusters. Now I've decided to fill the full inventory, so my own player inventory is almost completely full, the ship's inventory is completely full. We have loads of iron, granted, we have over 700 iron now, which is going to last us a very long time. But when we go into the ship view, where is that? I'm confused. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Sorry. When we go into the statistics, you can see that our remaining thrust now is actually only 36 kilonewtons, hardly anything. We weigh 19 tons because I filled up all the inventories, and our cargo lift is only 3.7 left. Okay, and because we've got no thrusters, so you can see the ship actually can't take off the floor. Like, I can fire it into the air, but the thrusters, okay, aren't enough to hold it up. So the bottom thrusters, it doesn't stay in the air anymore. So I can, again, the back thrusters, there's 3 of them, but the 2 that are pointing down, see, it doesn't actually hold up, it actually lands. So it's very difficult to control now. I have to take it off like a plane, okay, and then keep it pointing very slightly up to actually control it now. So you can see why we need to improve the thrusters and get the better technology. And again, it restricts on how heavy the ship can be. The wings may have been a bit unnecessary, but I now need to land it a little bit like a plane, because again, I can't really fly this properly at the moment while it's so heavy. So we'll just kind of, there we go. Now the cool thing here is if I press F4, we're into the logistics network. So I can then go onto the base container, which is the storage, and I can actually transfer this from the ship into the base container. I can also do myself as well, so my player inventory. Now that's all in the base, it's now out of the ship, and I haven't even got out of my ship. The ship will now take off like normal and stay in the air. So you can see that although we did fill up the inventory, we just drop it off back here. The other thing as well is if I scan now, there we go, the scan did scan, the ore that we found here is now gone, so we completely depleted that ore deposit. So the iron is completely gone there. Our next stop will be this copper. There's only 70 left there, but we're going to go there anyway. We're going to completely exhaust that, and then we'll also probably just exhaust this silicon deposit. So yeah, you can see kind of how this all works. Again, you'll join me back once I've got everything back in my base, and we'll start building the ship up a little bit. Right, I've just picked up all of my copper. So there's 700 here, there's 145 here. It didn't take me very long at all, maybe 5 minutes, not even that, 3-4 minutes. So you can see how much beneficial it is to have a larger ship, the better equipment. Saves you so much time rather than just messing around in this small area to begin with. That being said, I mean, I'm really struggling to take this ship off. Like, I have to like fly it up with only forward thrusters, and then even then it's just a bit awkward. I just thought I'd show you how hard it is to actually fly this ship once it hasn't got proper it hasn't got the proper thrusters. And I've lost my base, there it is. So you can see yeah, why we definitely need to invest into some higher, better thrusters on the tech tree. Also, if you press control, it automatically does it. So I've taken my mouse off the my hand off the keyboard, so it'll just fly home now for me, pointing upwards. But yeah, that's kind of why we need to very quickly invest into some of these better thrusters, so we can we can lift much more. So rather than just having a small thruster here, which is only say 75 kilonewtons, these are up to 380, and then obviously loads more after that. Now this is taking absolutely forever. So yeah, when we get into the even better thrusters, it's millions of units of thrust. So you can see this is 11 million units of thrust. so that'll be super powerful. That's for much larger vessels, but yeah, we'll get there eventually. This will end up being quite a large vessel, and it will need to have some big thrusters on it because we'll need to we'll be transporting quite a lot of resources at some point. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you that little update. I'm now going to just kind of half crash land here and pop it all in the base the same way as last time, and yeah, well, I'll go and get the silicon. So yeah, thanks, and I'll see you in a bit. So I was just mining, and I just got attacked by an alien bug. Well, we'll make short work of him with our base, our ship, sorry, but I've now got a derma burn, whatever the derma burn is. So I was just peacefully here mining my silicon ore, and the bug attacked me while I was on my ship. Okay, so fortunately we should have first aid on us, maybe? We don't. Great. Okay, well, we'll be able to sort out the derma burn when we get back to the main base. But yeah, just a rude interruption. He's dead, but I had to very quickly get back in my ship before I died. So back to mining, and you'll join me back at the base. Okay, so we're back at our base. Fortunately, we now have plenty of ore. We have 750 iron ore, thousands, just plenty of ore. So the next step, our ship is lighting our base for us, so we don't have to worry about lights inside the base just yet. So obviously the first thing we're going to look to do is we're going to go onto our small vessel, and we're going to build some better thrusters. So we'll go into F3, and we'll look at what thrusters we can get at level 7. It is just those ones, that's fine. Okay, so we'll build those thrusters. We're going to need quite a lot of them to make the ship more maneuverable. As you saw, it's a bit hard to move, especially under a heavy load. So we're going to get these new thrusters, and we're probably going to build, let's build 12 to begin with. That will allow us to really fully equip the ship properly. And while we're waiting for them to build, we might as well go to sleep since it's night. Okay, so we have plenty of thrusters will have been built by now. And there'll be, yep, here we go. So we'll put them in there actually. So we'll go on to base here, and we'll just move the thrusters over. Okay, and we'll also need to, I think is the base out of power? This doesn't look on. We'll see. Okay, so we'll also build many more blocks so we can finish off the building the wings and things. So I think 100 will be fine for now. I think the base is out of power, so we're just gonna have to, I think we might actually have some in the inventories. Let's check. We've got some biofuel. Let's have a look. And we've got 10 in the small vessel as well. So we'll take some of the small vessel's fuel and we'll add it to the base. So and again, we just do that by pressing P, main, manage, and we'll just dump the biofuel in there, and also the promethium. So that will now turn back on, and the constructor will start making our things. Perfect. Okay, so let's get working on this. So the first things first, we'll raise it up a tiny bit. We don't need the lights on right now. Okay, so we're just gonna, should probably raise it up a tiny bit more than that. Right. Perfect. So we're gonna just fix the thrusters. So at the moment we've only got 2. That's not enough. Now I'm thinking they'll probably look quite good in the wings as well. So I'm gonna go with, so how are we gonna do this? First things first, we need the multi-tool, and we need to remove some blocks. So we'll retrieve that block and that block. So there's 2 blocks gone from there. And we'll just press P, no we won't, we'll press F4. We'll get into the base where all of the things have been built, and we'll link to this one, and then we'll drag the thrusters to our toolbar. So you see these are a little bit bigger than the other ones, obviously to go with their size, they're more powerful. So we can now pop you in here. Okay, and then that's a lot more thrust on just that wing alone, but we're going to add a few more everywhere basically. If I show you how that looks on the statistics, you can see now that we can lift a lot more than we used to be able to lift. We'll also have more thrust left, right, backwards and everything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add all the thrusters into the ship, and you can join me again once they're done. Okay, welcome back. So what we've got now is I've just added all the new thrusters on. So I've got 3 at the bottom in total. We have 1 each side here of the new ones. We also have 2 pointing backwards in the middle of the ship there. And we have the 3 original ones left here. And I put 2 more in the wings. Okay, so now we have plenty more thrust. And it'll be obviously a lot faster and more maneuverable. So let's show you that now. So we'll just jump back into the ship. Okay, so there we go. Mistake 1 is I covered my normal little entry spot. So we'll just quickly do that now. We'll change it. Sorry. So we need to go F. Come out of that. We'll go and we'll get that thruster back. Here it is. Okay, and we'll just go T. And yeah, pointing that way, but we'll move it back 1. And that way we can jump back in the ship. Okay, so you can see now that we are super quick to accelerate. And we can reverse really quickly. So it's a lot more maneuverable. We've got a lot more thrust, left, right, everything. So it's just a lot smoother to use now. Again, we'll still want even more in the future. But this is definitely enough for now. Which is a really good start to the ship. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to build the wings up properly. So we'll just lower back down. I'm not sure how high we are. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, perfect. So we're going to build this wing up properly, and I'm thinking as well we're also going to, it's quite bright at the bottom, I don't particularly like that, so we're going to just cover those up a little bit as well. We're going to add a layer to the bottom. So I'll show you how I mean for that. We're going to take these blocks. There's plenty of them now. We have over 115 blocks to play with, and we're going to add a bottom layer. So the cube is fine for now, and we're just going to basically add a full-sized bottom layer to this ship. And it's very bright, so I really dislike that. So we can then do that. There we go. And for now, I'll just make it smooth upwards. Okay, and then see that gets rid of that awful glare that we're getting at the moment. So we can do this for pretty much the whole bottom of the ship. We'll just extend it maybe 1 off the bottom here. The wing will be covered up when I build the wing, so that won't be a problem. But yeah, that's roughly what I'm just going to do. Just going to explain so you can see how the glare goes away. And that's what we'll want. We won't want these horrible blue lights everywhere we go. So I'm just going to fill in the rest of the ship, and you can join me once I finish that. Okay, panic time. I just realised I'm on 25 health. I didn't even check. I'm sure some of you may have noticed. But yeah, I'm on 23 health. I'm losing it. I've got my derma burn. I forgot completely about my derma burn. Fortunately, I do have all the things to save it. So I need... what do I need? Yeah, derma burn, trauma kit. There we go. So that cured the derma burn and given me the health back. I'll use 2 to get all of my health back. And I'll also use the ration pack to refill on my food. Okay, so we're done. Full health and no derma burn. But yeah, I almost forgot to do that. I almost died. Considering this is like a hardcore series, it's a good thing I noticed that, I think. Right, and yeah, like I said, you could join me once I finish building all the wings up properly. Okay guys, so I'm just finishing off. I ended up making quite a few arrangements, but I also thought I'd show you, changes. I thought I'd show you the different thrusters as well. You can actually get enclosed thrusters as well. So you can, for example, you can make it enclosed rather than just sticking out open like that. But I think the back though looks good like this. Well, for now. So I put 3 kind of at an angle like that. I added a small one there as well. I changed these to the larger ones. And I did all of this because I also added to the front. Okay, and I also added to the bottom. It's a little bit more difficult to see now. Turn the lights on. So yeah, if we look at the ship in total though, it's got 3 on the bottom. Okay, it's got the sides, it's got the back sorted, and it's got 7 at the back. Okay, so it's a lot more powerful now. It's also got a much heavier bottom, and you can see the wings are quite thick as well. So we're now super fast to accelerate while being a lot heavier. You may see I've also built the sides up just a tiny bit So if you can see here, I actually built these side bits up to protect the front of the ship a little bit more. And that way, obviously, it's going to be a bit more durable. Yeah, the ship is looking pretty good now. It's a bit short and fat, I'd have to admit. I will probably change that at some point. Well, I definitely will change that at some point. The way we're probably going to do is we're probably going to expand this outwards, okay, and then obviously make the wings much bigger. So this ship, again, will be at least 5 times bigger by the time we're finished. This is just the basic start of the ship. But I think it's beginning to look really good. So we're fully built now. We've got all our resources. We've definitely got a working, viable ship now, which is a little bit more heavily armoured than the other one. So the main thing to do now, I think, is to go into the ship. Again, very important, you save the template. You have to save the template, so if you need to repair it, you can. So this will probably wrap it up for this episode. What I'm probably going to do is, so next episode, we will take our brand new ship, and we will we'll explore the world a little bit more. We'll probably kill a few more people, get a bit more experience, and then the episode after that we'll probably look towards going towards the moon. So yeah, lots to do, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much.